But what if I just start off the video with that was a weird
Hello.
I love how
Oh yeah, that is
I love
funny.
how that's how we started.
Yep. And you're gonna
Very good.
Very good. This is great. Hi everybody. We're doing good. We're doing good work.
Hello there.
Hey.
I hope you're having a remarkable day.
Dylan, I don't think you should use 2 accounts. It's unclear.
Dylan, I'm getting confused.
Are you a big burly man or a young teen?
My God, Jake.
My brother's a big burly man. He's a big beefcake. What do you want?
He's a big beefcake.
He is. He's like me, but cooler.
Oh my God.
All right, hey everybody. This is like
This is a great way to start the episode.
It's gonna be a chill one,
Yeah.
because we're both kind of sleepy.
Oh yeah, we're both screwed.
And
It's okay.
but welcome and hello. I'm gonna try to get good positive community building energy in here.
Yeah.
Blah. So okay, hi,
Hi.
hello. This is
Hi.
the restart. Hey, how's it going? We just danced into frame, all that intro
Yeah.
music.
Yeah. There was a light show. It was great.
Yeah. We are here today to do our second and final totally public Let's Talk. Last time, 2 weeks ago, y'all sent us 10 submissions or 11 submissions. Today, you sent us 10 submissions. This is awesome. This is so good. And I think I just want to start by saying, I saw my name. That's very cute, Greg. Thank you. I think I just want to start super candidly by saying, like, we really appreciate your submissions always. We've always really appreciated your submissions and your interactions with these streams. But opening this up to the public for this month, it's like so heartwarming to see what you have to offer and that you're willing to share with us, that you're willing to like expose yourself, expose your art to us, which is like a scary thing.
Yeah.
And I think the thing that I want to say in the vein of, not in the vein of course, I hope you know this by now, not in the vein of like, you know, we need money, but like we need support too, and like sort of in the sense of like, I imagine some of you are from the States, and maybe some of you listen to like public radio. I think of like their pledge drives.
Oh,
But
yeah.
coming back into September, I kind of want to do the stuff that you don't really always want to do, which is like listen, like being able to, you know, give $1 or something really supports the community. It supports not just tangibly keeping a roof over our heads, but like the intangible amount of work necessary to keep the Discord server running, to keep this space running, to be able to, you know, do all of that work. And so I want to say that, one, I'll give the good news first, which is I would like to do this again. We haven't talked about this, but I would love to do down the road another month where we open up the Let's Talks to the public.
Mm-hmm.
I think every so often being able to do that, to be able to share with those of you who can't support financially, that's really good for me. I think it's really good for us. It's really feels really good for the community. But having to close that back down for September, I know that's going to be tough. But you know, whatever can be given. And I also want to say that something that's maybe seemed unclear in the past, just based on the interactions that I've had with some of our patrons who've become community members who aren't patrons. People sometimes have like a feeling of guilt or something for not being able to support us financially. Totally, that's a non-issue. Like, we don't ever think twice about that. The community is the community, and those of you who can support us in a financial way is like, that's amazing, but that's not why we build this community. So I want to start by saying that. But moving into September, if you have something that you can share and you have enjoyed, you know, this was a new experience for you doing the Let's Talks, and you want to, you know, say not September, but October or November or December or something, you have something particular you want to share, you know, you don't have to be a patron at the $1 membership level for an entire year. You can just pop in for a month and share something with us.
Mm-hmm.
That's totally fine. But I will say the addendum to that is we do want Patreon to grow, and a lot of you probably don't know this, but one thing that we have to offer that we kind of keep in the rafters is have one goal to meet right now on Patreon, because Patreon's sort of been our side project. But our goal to meet is an extra Great Beyond that is for everybody, only Patreon exclusive, and it's really fun, and it's like 45 minutes.
It is 45 minutes.
It's a supercut of us watching Cats the musical from 2019.
The movie.
Yes, the movie musical extravaganza.
We get to watch Jason Derulo's removed CGI bulge.
Yes.
So it's great.
And it is one of the best things that you've ever done.
Oh yeah, no,
and
I had a great time editing. Well, we both. So I took the first half.
Yeah.
And he took the second half.
Yeah. And I just cackled the entire time I edited it.
Just dead.
But every time I think about it existing, I'm like, I want to share it with you so bad.
The world needs this.
But obviously we can't make that public because it's copyrighted. But we can share it as an unlisted link on Patreon. Yeah. So that could just be sitting there. It's like basically at the ready. We want to hit that 75 member goal. I don't know if it's going to happen super soon. It's fine if it doesn't, but I do want to say, a lot of you have grandmas. Grandmas are extra members.
Yep, we like grandmas.
All potential. Most people have 2 grandmas.
Grandmas in the chat.
That's one person, and then 2 extra people. That's 3.
It's got very dark, very quick.
I mean, I don't have any grandmas.
Neither do I.
Nice. So anyway, the only other point I wanted to make, while I see that we can't really pay attention to the comments, sorry about that. But the only other point I wanted to make was, if you're not on the Discord, please consider joining the Discord. I and we and our new moderation team, who I want to give a shout out to their names: Anik, Austin, Neil, Sohail, and Zarif. Thank you for being our mods. They've been our mods for a week. I think about a week and a half.
Yeah, it's been about a week.
And they've made me step up in a way that I haven't had to in the past. They've also just taken the burden off of my shoulders. In terms of, I've been a community leader for a long time. I've worked in art community spaces for a long time, but having a team of people who are really challenging me and what I want out of something is exactly what you could want. So thank you guys for being our mod team and for helping that community to grow and prosper as it is. And if you're not on the Discord, join it, because it's totally free. It'll always be free. It's exciting and cool and new, and it's really wholesome. And we just instated a couple of new official rule sets and guidelines and things, which doesn't sound exciting, but it's super exciting to me because it makes me feel more secure that everything's going to run smoothly, and be the thing that a lot of people who are in the community say, this is something I've always wanted, or this is something I've never seen before. So consider joining. I was scared of Discord before we made a server. I'm an old man.
I didn't know what it was.
Brandon was scared.
I didn't want to know what it was.
But once we joined it, and once we figured out how to use it, and once all of you helped to teach us how to work it, that's a weird thing to say. But in terms of how things can run in the community, man, that's just been awesome.
Yeah.
So
no, I agree.
That's really my big spiel. I want to get into it because we're gonna end up going pretty late, I think. But maybe we should take a look at comments real quick.
I think the one thing I wanted to add, just on the first topic of the scary word financial support. Well, actually, it's 2 words. This is not me trying to pander, because that's not what this is about. But this month specifically reminded us that, for the first time in a year, we are still professionals in our own field. And I think it's important to us, coming back to things, that it's we wanted to open this up to be able to let people in on what we're working on.
Yeah.
That way, when we head back into this, and obviously we'll have less time for our still professional careers, we hopefully expect to see people sort of invest themselves in this period and want to further their investment in us in the future. Yeah. you know, that isn't like, oh, give us your money. It's more so, you know, if you find that what we have to offer is helping you.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
You know, that's what it's about.
That's the complicated thing about money conversations, right? Like, I think that's what I was trying to say too, which is like, it's not about like you're just supporting us. I really feel like we are at the beginning of the best stage of the after show, which is we're existing in a digital community, and we have helped to build alongside all of you this gorgeous digital community that is safe and that's good and kind and wholesome and silly and like weird,
and bad questions are encouraged,
and you make that possible, and so there's a strange contradiction when you say like, well, you make that possible, so please support that with money. But like, that's what that means, right? Like, your actions, money is just the weird indirect way we talk about an energy exchange.
Yeah,
that's what money is.
Well, we want to keep this going too,
right? And so you give us your energy in your engagement, and some of you can't give as much energy and engagement, and so you can give money and financial support. Some of you can give both, some of you can give neither, and that's all okay. But we support you and we love you, and
with that,
let's get into it. Let's do some community building.
Let's kick it.
So we're starting with Austin.
So,
who always, by the way, he's always the first person to submit, because he told me that right after each critique, he prepares in a draft the next email. So that once I put out the thing, he just boop.
Austin, I wish I was that prepared in life.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Can you run a Discord and a Patreon as to how to get your shit together? Because I joined that.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so let's
do it.
Get it.
Austin sent us some photos.
Austin being first.
Let's read what he said. He always says something.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't read the instructions.
Lately, I've been having an issue where I look at a photo and I know it's a good photo, but I don't have an idea on how I want to edit it. I've been trying to go for a more abstract and not true to life look, but I'm very unsure of how that look fits in this image. I'm curious what you both think of the edit I did. Also, threw in a third image there's already unedited, and I'm unsure what your thoughts are. Let's hit it.
Oh, the stream bitrate is being weird.
Okay. Fine.
Well, if you're having issues, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess let us know if you're experiencing some buffering.
Okay, so first things first, I wanted to just address, before I even look at this, I wanted to address the whole look thing. I also struggle with that sometimes.
Yeah.
Some photos are just kind of hard to figure out. So what I do, this isn't a plug for my fucking presets because it's not, but what I like to do is I sort of like go through the list of presets, even though like some of them are way too heavy for it. It gives me a general idea of what could look good. That way, like a specific color palette, if it affects the shadows or highlights in a specific way, that sort of gives me a better idea. I like to sort of cycle through different looks. That way, you know, I can see what I don't like, but I can piece together what I do. So that's my little thing there. Why is my stream bitrate being weird?
Are we still live though?
Yeah, we're still live.
That's very strange.
Let us know if things are.
Austin says it's fine, but
being weird.
It's weird because it's like pinging. It's pinging us.
Yeah, that's very strange. But
okay. I think in that vein too, I'll tread water. In that vein, fun.
Yeah, fun.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Got you. Okay.
So,
very good.
One thing that I've seen you do, and I've experienced with sound work, is putting multiple edits on something helps to diffuse the idea of what something should look like. If you only edit something once, you're always working towards like, your brain goes to like, this needs to look like this. But I've seen you do this where you'll scroll through your presets, and I feel like it's almost like wiping the slate clean. Like by showing a bunch of different options, it's like, oh, there really is no need for creating like the best or the most real. And I feel like that diffuses the desire to make something only realistic or only abstract, you know? So well, I mean, that's a good plug for your presets. Yeah. Or any presets.
I mean, I truly don't believe that you can go into a photo expecting to edit that thing one specific way and walk away from it happy.
Right.
Like, every single photo is kind of an open canvas in a way.
Of course, yeah. But
And
it's
it's like-
but the knowing that is actually 3/4 of the battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we spent 3 minutes. Let's actually look at these photos.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you
Austin,
dropped this in office hours, I think. This is really good.
This is very good. I have... So this is just an unedited shot, right?
Mm-hmm. A pre.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so one thing I wanted to say, and this is just... This is honestly just like a difficult thing to get across, but like... Let's look at your trees here. There's a lot of heavy detail, especially in this area, those individual buds. A lot of detail. What I don't like about this is the fact that the clarity of the preset, because I remember creating this cathedral preset, and I'm kicking myself a little bit for having clarity that high. The clarity sharpens the bushes just a little too much, creating a slightly unrealistic tone for the foliage. I think just lessening that clarity will give it just a much softer tone. But I love the introduction of red into... I feel like I'm patting myself on the back with the whole preset thing, but like I love the introduction of red into those rocks.
So we're at a minute, but we'll take a minute.
Yeah,
more.
I think the only other thing I wanted to say is like, if you just lessen that clarity a little bit, this would be... I mean, it's already a fire image, but I think it would just, I don't know, soften it a little bit, make it a little bit more realistic. But that's just my 2 cents. What are your thoughts?
So I'm just thinking about the water. I'm thinking about what a great job you did capturing this water, and maybe in that, like, in terms of technicality, maybe the clarity does a really nice thing in the water solely, because it creates this beautiful single frame capture, like just this painted moment. So maybe you could go in and like lessen clarity, in the trees, but leave something like this, which would create something like your eye's going to be reading this as different, because it is different, right?
Yeah.
So you should, I mean, really, that's always true. You should always be editing different parts of the photo differently.
Yeah.
But like this information being more clear and more like contrasted and like just frozen in time, and then everything else a little more smooth and buttery.
Selective masking.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I would just say that's it. That's all I have to say. Let's jump
really great image, dude.
We'll do a quick.
Also,
quick
this
words
is
on
ridiculous.
Beautiful photo.
What?
Beautiful world that you're in. I mean, oh my god. Look, there's a road there.
What is this? Oh my god, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. It's gorgeous.
Dude, the way that you like framed this is fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know what this is a pre-shot.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're thinking about for colors, but really lean into those greens. Really lean into those greens.
Yeah, and that atmospheric distortion, that blue green,
Almost like
so nice.
Emerald into
Yes.
like a really soft blue.
Yes.
If that makes sense. But
So we gotta
one last thing. I will just be aware of keeping this cloud white and not shifting this white, magenta, or green at all in your journey of coloring this photo, because that's important.
It'll help make it pop too, and all those whites in the back. Keep those whites white. The movement of the snow. Okay, we gotta go. Austin, amazing job. Amazing. Yes. Okay, Neil. Okay, we're gonna listen from 123 to 223. This is, so last time he submitted some of Fire and Smoke, which is a song they did. This one is called, what was it called? Sail, I think? Yeah. So we're going to listen to 123. Set Sail. Oops. 123. 3. Okay. Unmuted?
Mm-hmm.
Never gonna let you go. You're the treasure underneath the white sand beach. Your sand never fails to make my day. These free words are all I need to say. I'll follow you wherever you'll be. If I
remember this.
get lost, your eyes will guide me. These things I'll never forget till the day that we set sail.
What?
Yes. I don't want to stop it.
Oh my god.
Ah,
How talented you are is ridiculous. Oh my god.
okay. So Neil, let me start with a couple things. Actually, you have any just general stuff
I
you wanna
do.
get? All right.
I have a lot of thoughts.
Okay.
I mean, I am not equipped to talk about music. He is, but like,
Well, you
dude,
keep-
this is a great song.
Yeah.
So one thing that I say a lot, but I might not have said here, is one of my favorite things in music is when there is just like a very subtle, like, I don't know if it was cello or violin or what, but just that very, oh god, it just, like, the way it evokes a specific emotion that I'm not even sure like I know how to tap into is like, it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
I also love, like, especially into the last section before we pause, I love spatially
Yeah, the guitar's
sound
far away.
that was produced.
And it's
Wild.
Really good.
I'm coming back to listen to this on my
Yeah.
way home.
Go follow People on
Seriously.
on
Wait,
Spotify.
what's oh, it's People. Okay,
People's the
cool.
band, yeah.
Cool.
They kick ass. Everything they've put out is so amazing.
I have like 3 of your songs in my playlist right now.
So let me give some actual feedback, some critical feedback.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So the string, the arco string, like the violin or if it could be a high cello, but I think it's a violin or viola. Is
viola.
really beautiful against your piano. One thing that I love, and I don't know if this is, I'm gonna always assume things are intentional. I can't see between the monitors. It's a weird problem to have.
Weird flex.
One thing that I love is that the guitar, I think it's a guitar that's like acoustic and finger picked. Maybe it's a ukulele or something. Is by nature of it being the type of instrument that it is, it's like so slightly out of tune, and that's not like a bad thing at all. To me, that's a texture, because you have these perfectly in tune vibrato strings where they're moving in and out of tune in a very human, very, vibrato string ensemble sound, right? Something that feels like so much like an operatic, and then there's piano and there's things like that are always going to be strictly in tune, and to have this other instrument sitting on top doing a little bit of this little like tinkling, but it's just slightly playing out of tune. That's it for me. I like that a lot more than some of my contemporaries. There have been moments where at gigs that I've done as a sound engineer, there's like really out of tune upright piano that like at a bar, and I'll go play it, and all my musician friends are like holding their ears, but like that's my favorite thing.
Yeah.
But there's a reason it's my favorite thing.
Sand never fails to make my day.
So not the strumming.
These free words are all I need to say. I'll follow you wherever you'll be. If I get
that.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's so
Yeah.
perfect. So then we're at 5 minutes, but man, what a good song.
Really good.
You
Really
guys
good.
have such an energy and
Yeah.
and Neil, talking directly into the camera, talking directly to you as somebody who has spent a lot of time talking to you as a friend. I know that you are probably sitting there, or you probably listen to this music and think that you are 1/3 of this trio worth of creating this sound. But I also want to tell you that, like, I hear you. I don't know your two friends, but I hear you in this music, and I hope that means something for you to hear. Because I would, if you are making more music with them, or you make some more music on your own, I'd love to hear what that sounds like, because this is you, and that's lovely. So thank you for sharing that.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Also, almost 420. Almost 420.
Really, really good. Yeah.
Almost some David Dobrik shit right there.
All right, Dylan, let's go into it.
Dylan.
So Dylan sent us 4 shots from a video game that I don't remember what it's called.
Continuing to just blow my mind.
Ghosts of Tsushima, is that what it's called?
About a world that I do not know.
And he said that he can edit everything when there's like a photo mode.
Focus,
and you can
distance,
edit
depth of field,
everything.
focal length. My God.
I don't know if y'all can read this, but it's like the ability to edit is wild. Wow.
Wow.
So, there you go.
I'm
So
like
it's
trying
like
to
a
imagine
action shot.
like how you'd even begin to program something like this.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm still shocked, like, in After Effects, how, like, when you're creating, like, a 3-dimensional camera, you're able to sort of augment a space or create a space.
So Dylan, you do a really good job with composition.
You do.
Like, this is gorgeous. You have this secondary framing thing and the falling leaves.
Foreground out of focus.
Foreground's out of focus, but there's fire, so there's like out of focus action, which is
yeah.
important.
Yeah.
And there's like a doubling where there's this and then there's this.
Yeah.
You've done a really good job with composition.
Yeah.
This, like the symmetry
This is
here,
beautiful.
like literally creating this line down the center, and the kind of like the drama of like this character going there. I don't know what's there because it's in
Silhouette,
shadow,
yeah.
silhouetted, but like there's the drama of like this. I don't know what's happening, but I know that this person, there's something expected, and that's half you. That's obviously half the designers who've crafted this game to create that sense of drama in the way that they design these environments, but man,
Really
the way
incredible.
that you capture it is all you, and that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Even just little waves crashing,
Mhm.
little moment of action,
Yep.
super nice.
I mean, again, not to keep stressing what Jake said, compositionally, you really have a good eye
Yeah.
for this. I mean, balancing out.
Divided down the center, and then on a third, divided by a third.
But also balancing out with this, like, almost like lantern situation
Mhm.
on this end.
And that skyline, the fog. Now that you told me that you can edit everything, I'm imagining you're controlling most of this stuff. In which case,
that's
the falling,
incredible.
the falling leaves, but they're falling in a restricted pattern. Like, it's gorgeous. You've done a really good job. There's drama to this,
Yeah.
and that's, I think, the hardest moment in video game drama is creating drama with humans, with faces, because of the uncanny valley. Like, you're gonna make a game where the environment looks so good,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna make faces, and if they look too good, that's not good, you know? And so I think that's the funny thing is, like, even at this, maybe because of the scaling you've created, I'm not paying super close attention to the face, but when I look over, I can feel the drama.
Yeah.
I mean, even just the fact that she's half silhouetted. Let's go to this one. And this one is really cool. Sorry, I'm taking over everything.
No, it's all good.
This one's kind of cool because it's like so much an action shot. It's like, it looks like it's the end of action. It's a very specific moment.
Yeah.
The fight is about to end. There's 2-on-1. There's a lot of fallen people. It's dramatic. It's a very hard shot.
I'm really impressed by your ability to compose like this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, again, I know very little about games and all that, but I mean, knowing that you can, and what Jake said, knowing that you control that much, it's like I would actually, I don't know, for the future, I would love to see like what the process is. And
that would be fun. Could you
being
send
able
us
to like change those specific elements?
Yeah,
because that'd
you-
be really fun.
Would you want to send us like a screen capture of you in the process of creating one
yeah.
of the photos?
Yeah, like
Even if you sped it up, I don't know if you have like photo editing software or video editing software, but even if you just took that and sped it up by like 1.5 to just show us like
that'd be
what
really
it looks
cool.
like to edit down something like
Yeah.
this. It's like, I bet it's really intricate and mathematical.
Yeah.
But really good job. Really good job. Thank you.
Congrats, dude.
You're clapping. I said thank you, and I felt like I was saying thank you to you. It's like, wait, I didn't take this photo. No, thank you. Oh, thank you. Andre,
wow.
more photos, more beautiful.
The main man is back again to make me feel inadequate about everything I've ever done.
Let's hit it. Ah,
What are you, dude?
wow.
So I mean, first off, I would love to know. Wait, what did you?
I was wondering.
What was shooting this with?
I was just gonna ask if you're in the chat. What'd you shoot on?
Yeah, let me know. I think I saw you earlier. But this photo, you know, the only thing I'm gonna say about this photo is it's a little over sharpened for me, like a tiny bit.
Mm-hmm.
But shit, the colors are so good. I'm also like, to bring back in composition awareness, you really understand balance here. If this horse had been directly center, it would have been a very different situation than what it is right now, just because like the way that the mountain slopes, or the hill slopes, not a mountain, it's a hill. And then
We're in a very flat area of the world.
yeah,
so
can you tell I'm in New
everything's
Jersey right now? And then the horse is just kind of slightly off on the opposing.
It's like on a sixth.
And it's on a it's
like
kind of
right
on a sixth.
between 2/3.
Yeah, but no, I think that's my only critique of this guy is just like sharpening is a little too heavy-handed, but color-wise and tonally, it's so good. It looks like a painting.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I was going to say, yeah, I agree that the sharpening's a little much. In one way, I think because I also desire, like, I see it as a painting and I read it as, I would want to edit it as such. Everything is blending just so literally just so naturally. You could kind of augment that, let them just be smooth and blend into each other. This is a little sharper. The sky, maybe there's some fun ways you could play with that aren't as like necessarily sharpened gritty. And then keep, maybe in contrast to keeping this smooth, keeping like the horse silhouette fairly sharp could be a really interesting way to like focus mode, you know? There's like clear sky, smooth moves of color, and then that's my sound effect for the horse. Can you hear that again? Replay, instant replay. Yeah, exactly. What's up?
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, definitely.
I think it's like, I don't know. I always liked, as much as I love symmetry you can look at and you can click away pretty fast. With something that is not symmetrical but well balanced, you're left looking at it for longer.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what else too? I think I said this in the critique channel of the Discord the other day, but I was reminded to say something that I think about a lot, which was I had this analog photography class, black and white analog photography class years ago, and my professor would say photography is the art of exclusion, which is basically a way of talking about composition, but composition even in the frame, right? Even in the moment of taking it. Yeah. And I think that's really what's really important about that, and remembering that is, this was cropped here, right? The movement of this hill upward, in terms of the viewer, would continue upward, and you'd have no sense of what the space was.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the very side of a mountain?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what am I looking at? But the fact that it starts to bow back down, it's beautiful. There is magnitude. I talk about that a lot, but it's not as grand as it would otherwise seem, and it creates something really beautiful and natural, and it adds to the composition. There's this slow organic arc, you know, followed by these lines, and then this being over here, almost on a third.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
No, totally agree. I'm gonna move to the next one.
Yes, that's right. I forgot that we have more.
I'm not gonna spend that much time on this one because I want to get to these guys. But I love this.
Mm-hmm.
I love like I know exactly what time of day this is because I always want to take photos around this time of day, like this exact kind of photo. But you really understand colors, and I love that.
And composition. I mean, look at this.
And composition.
Look at this line work. You know,
Yeah.
like that's just
Yeah.
perfect. You set that up perfectly.
But like your quality, your choice of like the warmth, like the tungsten or the amber, mixed with the tonal blue that you chose to land with, it just really complements each other really well. Also, you have like this habit, which I love, of just like slightly introducing a little bit of like purple or magenta
Yeah, I was thinking
into your
that.
shots, which I absolutely love. But dude, this looks great.
Yeah.
Do you want to say anything else before?
I mean, we're at 5.5 minutes, so probably not.
Oh, Jesus.
The symmetry of this is beautiful.
Gorgeous.
The heavy haze that's existing here, creating a secondary silhouette.
This is also perfectly sharpened.
Yeah.
Perfectly.
Yeah. Is just stunning. I've been to spaces that look like this, and I'm always
gorgeous.
so drawn to them. You know, the magnitude of that, and the color of the mountain is like, that's what makes it powerful. It's like, it's just unreal.
This reminds me of Lake Louise a little bit.
Where's that?
It's in Canada.
Mm.
But I think it's in Alberta.
Hmm.
Maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
The only thing I'm gonna say about this photo is maybe decrease sharpening just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. It's just in the rocks that it's kind of like a little too sharp for me. And again, that's just a personal thing, but like this looks fantastic.
Yeah, beautiful.
I'd love to know what you shot these with.
Hit us up in the chat. Let
Yeah.
us know in
Even in
the
Discord.
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
All right, we gotta
Cool.
get Jesus. Hey.
Zeus.
Okay, so 2301 timestamp.
2301.
Do you want to click to? I don't know if he necessarily wants us to read this out loud, but talking about how the community evolved. Day one makes me reminisce. Want to show you one of my favorite performances from a national dance competition back in 2012. Hail from the tropical state of Veracruz, and I was in the audience when they performed that day. I can submit more dancing videos, and we all can analyze the hour-long one I originally sent. So 2301.
2301.
Hit me with that. 23. Yes. Okay, we're going. I love this. was like so ready for that turnaround.
Yep.
Hell yeah. We're at over a minute. I don't want to stop, but
So, okay, is this considered tap dancing?
well, no.
But like, are they
They're
wearing
they're
taps
tapping.
though?
I don't think so.
Because it sounded as if they were wearing taps.
You know what? Maybe they are. Maybe I'm wrong. But I mean, it's
It's not tap dancing, but like,
yeah. Oh, you know what? Maybe you're right because there's definitely that.
there's
flick-
that
flick step.
yeah.
Wait, didn't you
Um,
take tap once?
Dude, I took tap for fucking 6 years.
That's amazing. We should do.
That's why I asked, because I fucking love tap.
we should do a Great Beyond.
I am.
Tap Great Beyond.
It
That'd be
has
amazing.
been years. It's been fucking years, but
Okay, so I have one thing I want to start just so I don't forget it and get lost in other things. But
yeah.
so from the stuff you've sent and from other dances I have seen, like in this realm, something that I love and I just kind of put words to it is, you know, large ensemble or small ensemble or just two people, but the partner dancing, the energy of partner dancing is one of passing the energy back and forth in a moment like this, where like there's this flat line of women setting something up, doing something faced away from the audience, which you know like in theater is a no-no, right? You don't face away from the audience, but dancers can do whatever the hell they want to do. That's why it's dance, and that's why it's wonderful and better than theater. Explodes. But there's an energy to facing away from the audience, and there's this weird power of like what's happening back there. And so there's this foreground energy where they're in this V formation, they're doing this thing in ensemble, and like the women in the back faced away. And I realized I was drawn to that. And then the moment that they put the scarf around, I knew they were going to turn around. And that was a big moment for me. I was like, yes, give this to me. This is so good.
Yeah.
But it's funny, like I'd never put that to words before. And
no, I get that completely. I love I love the energy that it just like, not only like brought to my, but like brought to me. Like it's just like it made me feel like fucking happy and part of it, and like these are my
put your dukes up.
I love. I mean, I grew up in theater and I love dance so much. And this is just like, this is inventive. Mm-hmm. Like it's fun and inventive, and it's like, you know, especially like with the use of color. I don't know. Yeah, I have a lot of fun looking at this, but yeah.
What do y'all think?
I'm trying to hold back many stories right now.
Yeah,
so I'm trying not to take up more than 5 minutes.
We can take the chat to Discord, but
yeah, exactly.
Actually, that's something we don't ever really do. But like after this goes down, you know, after we finish live streaming, if you all have more thoughts for each other, because you know this form of chat is not super conducive for conversation, but after this goes down, if y'all want to take the chat over to Discord and be like, you know, publicly say like, hey, I want to tell you, this blank person, like I really like this or that. That's what this is about.
Just an FYI, my story involves Bryan Cranston, so
nice.
So there's your little teaser.
Thank you, Jay. Really appreciate it. Thanks for being here, as always. Love seeing your stuff.
It's been really fun.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I was super excited about this. Thank you for sending this in, Sujay.
So you said that I had seen this before.
Yeah, we had looked through, I think, Sujay, you had sent us a bunch of stuff once, and this is just an intro shot. I don't actually remember.
So 12 to 40. So why don't we just watch it from
12 to 40, yeah. See,
You do
that's
4 hours.
that's why
And
I
if
know
you
that we've
use the
seen it,
device on-
because it defaulted to in the middle of the video.
Gotcha. 12.
Yep. Okay.
Let's get it.
Thoughts. Without further delay, let's get started.
That was fantastic. What?
Yes.
Okay. So.
Wait, I wanna just make note. I love this, Austin. So I mentioned anybody who's new. I had earlier mentioned that that we have our new mods. I love that Austin is like being my police right now. He's like, it's a cool idea to take this conversation to the Discord, but as long as it stays in the right channel. Fantastic. Thank you, Austin.
I'm probably the worst about that. I hang out in the very high quality section. Very high quality selfie section a lot, just because like that is like
that's it. That's the final form.
I take too many really ridiculously like awkward selfies.
Wait, we need to post the photos that we took with the 4A. Those are so good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we're both just done with each other's shit.
Sujay.
So first thing I want to talk about
pacing. Yes.
this light wrap. What? It's so
Yeah,
good.
move the thing. I want to see it. I just want to see it like as a still. Can we like scroll?
This is fantastic.
I wish you could scroll slowly.
Yeah, no. Why would YouTube
You could
offer
quarter
that?
speed it.
Oh, I don't want to do this to your video, but I guess we're going to.
I love this. Listen to those sounds. Listen to that granular. Austin says, "Don't think you can't be banned from your own server." Austin!
No! Folks, I've just been called out.
So good.
So, okay.
Hand comes in.
This looks phenomenal.
This, by the way, these kinds of sounds are what give me life. This is like inspiration for my next album. Playing anything at quarter speed. Actually, spoiler alert, I already used quarter speed.
I mean,
other
yeah,
recordings of
yeah.
my music. This speed in and then the slow down.
Oh, that little shimmer.
Yeah,
Oh, that little shimmer.
dude.
That's what gives it life, man.
Yeah,
That's what gives it life. And, like, honestly, those little things, they add up.
yeah. I will say,
Your attention to detail is phenomenal. That's great. So, like...
yes. Wait. So I'm
I'm
wondering one
trying
thing.
to figure out if it was shot on white already,
It's a separate shot.
and you
Oops.
basically just
I love this.
no. I think nope. That's exactly what it
Ah.
was. I think did you shift the black the white in post to black?
Yeah, because do you know why? Because that's
well
reflective.
lit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Fucking
dude.
brilliant. Two separate shots without moving camera.
Wow.
Wait, so you had phone on an electric
A slider.
slider
Yeah.
that's probably programmed moves.
Ah. Dude.
Let's start the video with
Oh,
the
he
video
just-
quality and
You know what? So we have 1 minute. We can just take an extra second. He's actually sent us behind the scenes. Do you want to see it?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
So. Okay, wait, please. Just do
I
that.
love your inventiveness.
Yes. Oh, cool. CJ. Wait. No, please.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, this is
This
fun.
makes sense. Very smart. Very smart.
Wow, dude.
This is brilliant.
Dude.
Brilliant.
That's amazing.
Brilliant.
Amazing job. Damn, dude.
Brilliant.
Wow. Let's. So we'll continue on, but
I'm
like.
just gonna leave this off with saying you are ridiculously smart.
Yes.
this was brilliant. Just keep doing what you're doing because this is phenomenal.
And thank you for sharing this with us because all the feedback for anybody that doesn't understand this, which is totally fine if you haven't experienced this that much.
Electric turntable.
Cool. Our feedback may sometimes just sound like we're gawking at how amazing we think you are. Our feedback may sometimes be critical. In those critical moments, we're gawking at how amazing you are and we want to like help you. That there may be other moments, Sujay, where you send us something and you have something more critical and you're like, I need your help.
Yeah.
And don't be scared that we're only going to give you compliments. But you sent us something today that is like just so killer, dude. So killer.
This is
so
great.
Thank you so much.
I just want to emphasize your attention to detail.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant.
Yes.
Okay, that's all.
Thank you. Okay, so this is that tech kid. What is? I'm sorry. I just forgot your name, but we'll call you that tech kid for right now.
Oh no.
Aiden. This is your first submission. I really appreciate you sending this to us.
Oh, I've never seen that spelling before.
It's really cool.
That's cool.
Let's get it started.
Okay.
So we're just doing the intro for this video.
It's 1 minute. Yeah.
Hello everyone, Tech Kid here, and today I am bringing you a brand new video. In this video, we are going to be comparing two different phones and two totally different scenarios. We have yellow sunflower,
I like that.
red sunflower, red sunflower. One of these pictures is from the LG G7, which is the video you are seeing right now. The other is from the 2020 iPhone SE. Which one do you think was taken from which phone? Now, keep in mind these photos are a little blurry because I was on the balls of my feet and it was hard to balance, and I think it's actually a better comparison because it can determine which phone got a better picture in a pinch.
All right, you can give it a pause
Can you rely
now.
on-
Cool.
So the only thing I'm gonna say right now, actually two things. I think you need to leave these up on screen for a little bit longer. I really super, and this is the second thing. I super appreciate the humor right now in this.
That's very cool.
Yellow sunflower, red sunflower.
Yeah.
I love that. I would say if you're trying to prove a point or sort of like, direct to a conclusion, leave them up on screen for a little bit longer or permanently, like on the side,
Yeah.
Have a little split screen element. That way people don't have to keep going back
Right.
to think about it. And also they don't have to pause.
In terms
the
of
video.
composition, if you centered yourself, then what you could do is you could pop, and then they could stay on either side
On
of
either
you,
side of you,
like
yeah.
framing devices. So then it's like you're here,
Well,
and the eyeball is kind of looking back and forth.
Even
something
even
like
when you're almost in a third like you are now.
that. Right.
Excuse my elbow neighbors. You have a lot of clear room near this door
Right.
to have sort of like a pop up.
Mm-hmm.
But point two, which is I think more important, is like you have humor.
Mhm.
And I think
Play to it.
Keep going with that.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say something. So we took a look at this before we started, and I was thinking about the perception of filmmaking in this sense, which is very much not a live experience. And I want to divert. I'm going to take the rest of this time to tell a story, but like I started music a million years ago, 1.5 million years ago. And when I
what
started,
was it like back then?
I was wild, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just like me and a bunch of friggin' T-Rexes.
Lot of drugs,
Yeah.
lot of drugs,
You could
yeah.
buy a shirt that's actually a photo
Oh, true.
of me riding one of those T-Rexes.
True. Was that carved into the side of a cave? Or-
Yeah. I got distracted. You distracted me.
Sorry.
It's fine. So I started playing music. I had this understanding because I wasn't in recording of like, I know there's live music and I know there's recorded music, and I don't really understand how recorded music works. I understand how live music works because I get to see it live. There's an interesting juxtaposition. That's like the big J word in terms of critiques. Everybody in art critiques love to use that word. But when you are making a recorded thing, I would suggest two things. I would suggest, one, you remember that it's recorded, that you can take 1,000,000 takes and get choose from the best one. I would say, in terms of the way that you put forward, I would be performative. Always, I don't know if you ever took like a karate class, people would always say like punch through your target. I would speak past the camera, really project and all that. That's a lot of basic like acting techniques.
Yeah.
But one of them is I would try to get to a place where your monologue is sort of framed in like bullet points or sections, one sentence or 2 sentences or 4 sentences at a time. Read through them and then deliver them coherent, in one coherent blast. And then you can do that 4 or 5 times, take the best version, and then cut to the next section. Mm-hmm. Because one thing that's very distracting for me is, and I understand what you're doing, what you're going for, but one thing that's very distracting is if there's a jump cut in the middle of your sentence, it takes me out of the moment. Because that's not how people talk to each other, right? And what we do when we're making video like this is we're basically trying to synthesize a moment where you, on the other side of this camera, are just sitting casually and telling me a story. You're just telling, we don't talk about it that way, but you're telling me a story. You're telling me the story of your experience. Shooting this photo, what it's like having talked about and thought about and analyzed these cameras. And I want to hear your story, but the more that the human element is gone, it kind of jumps me out of it. So that's the big thing I would say. It's the big thing that kind of struck me when I watched this. I really like this. I would say what Brendan says, which is like, you're funny, and like keep up with that because it's great. And it's like that relaxed style, that funny, like witty kind of thing. It's awesome, dude. Like that's awesome. But just watch some of those technical things. Try to consider it. So that's what I was saying, the juxtaposition of like live versus recorded. When you're doing this kind of thing, there's a bit of both happening. You have to remember that you can record 1,000 takes, but try to deliver each section of an idea as if it's live. Mm-hmm. That'll be. And hey, man, pretend like we're on the other side of the camera. We want to hear what you have to say. Yeah. And that's basically what you're doing in one way, because you're going to send this to us. I hope more. I hope we get to see more of your stuff. In which case, pretend the rest of our community is on the other side of that camera. That's what I do. I'm like dead serious when we're recording something together. I look at that camera and I don't think I'm looking at a camera. I think I'm looking at all of you. I'm doing that right now because I'm looking at you live. But even when we're just recording, I think that. Yeah. So hopefully that can be that for you. We went a little bit over 5 minutes, but I hope that's useful.
What's new?
Yeah. Really enjoyed it. Can't wait to see more stuff from you.
Keep going, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. Let's get it.
So, Shiv.
Is this the first thing that you've ever submitted to us?
I believe that's true. If it's
I'm gonna publicly shame you right now.
For what? Because it's really good?
Because you've been part of our community for so long, and your work is really good.
Yeah.
And you created a whole Tiffany heart for us.
It's true.
And this is the first time I'm actually seeing your work submitted.
I want to say
I want to see more of your stuff.
Tiffany heart might be the most used emoji on our channel.
It's definitely mine.
Very good. So let's look at this outro.
There's your public shaming.
It's a very weird style of shaming.
Yeah. They would have outed me in old times. Okay, so this is a little intro graphic, right?
Yeah. This is so fun. I love the colors.
So there's there's just a loop, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's a couple things I want to say. I love repeaters. I also love your colors. Tiffany pink and yellow are definitely good. Tiffany blue and yellow are definitely like top 3-ish colors. So I respect this immensely. But I'm not exactly sure how you're planning on using this, whether it's like intro or outro, or whatever it is. But like it's really smart. The only thing I'm going to say is just be careful of viewing angles. As much as like I'm also a fan of going super small text. If you're watching this on a phone, you're not going to be able to make out that text on the right.
Yeah.
Um,
Sure.
especially since it's in a yellow, like, you know. And also, I can't really see this and this down here.
And I know I'm pretty certain that that's your last name, but
Yeah.
and as a symbol, it's really cool. But if it's solely a symbol, that's great. But if it's working to communicate something, it does get a little messed up.
Yeah.
Although I will say that if people are going to see this at the end of every episode or every video, it doesn't really matter. It's
Yeah.
really not about at that point, it's really not about the communication. It's more just about the consistency. The colors.
We do have a lot of people joining the server.
Oh, nice.
Nice to see you all.
Yeah.
You know, the I don't want to interrupt you.
Yeah, you're good.
The colors are like perfectly like complementing each other, which I really love. So
I like the gray with the dappled black. I love like we both talked about like not going full on deep saturated blacks, but pastel colors against really solid blacks, that plays to my childhood love of Keith Haring doing art for Sesame Street. If you don't know who Keith Haring is, go look him up. He's an amazing artist. He did a bunch of stuff. I mean, he's done a lot of stuff, but his animations for Sesame Street gave me a lot of inspiration as a person.
Yeah.
And they were always like these deep black backgrounds with these like neon colored illustrations just moving over it. It gives me something. But like the speckled black in there, really nice. So yeah, I would say for this, I would probably choose, maybe size it up or change its orientation and choose a color that's going to be a little easier to read because it's a bright color on a dark background, so it's hard to read the edges. Can we go to the other frame?
this.
Yeah.
Got you.
This is cool. This is a thumbnail, and again, like,
Hell yeah.
let's scale it down. Oh, I did this earlier, didn't I?
Yeah.
Like that looks good.
Yeah.
That looks really good.
I love your words are not my strong suit this morning. I love your attention to like immediacy and importance, or like hierarchy of importance. Like you understand design in that sense, absolutely. Just in terms of like layering and what can sit on top of what and how color is affected. Just in terms of reading down the list, like my eyes directly go to the figure and the title first, and those are the most important things here. But also your use of color in terms of pink being your secondary source of information, smart. Yeah, and it's like it's not too busy. Like it's like there's a lot here, but it's not too busy. This thumbnail has character as well.
And also, I don't know if this was intentional, but like the photo that you took itself, the like saturation of this guy, if I look close, it looks maybe a little too saturated, but we talk about thumbnails a lot here behind closed doors, and I think as somebody who studied sculpture in college, I think about, whenever we're talking about thumbnails, I think about this parallel, which is when you're making a sculpture that's meant to go far away from the eye, like on a building, is a funny thing that happens. There's an optical illusion that happens where if everything's to proportion, when it's far away, the head and the hands look really tiny. So when you're making something that needs to go far away, the head and the hands need to scale up, which is very funny when you actually look at it close up. But like any sculpture you might see in the world that's like up on a building, if you went and saw it and were standing next to it, the head is too big. I see that in terms of contrast with thumbnails. Because it's so small, colors need to be more vibrant or more extreme, and like I can kind of see that in here. Yeah, that like his face, it might just be like the way it was shot, but it works, whether intentional or not. It works. Yeah, it gets scaled down and it looks more realistic. So really good job, dude. I can't wait. You had messaged me privately that you had more of a video you wanted to send. Can't wait to see that in a couple weeks, man. I'm hyped. Super excited. So thank you for sending this.
Keep sending us.
Oh look,
stuff.
We went 6.5 minutes. Oops.
Cool.
Garang, this is our last one. And then stick around because I have a couple of things I want to say.
with a Nord.
Yeah.
Wow. Cycling through these photos.
Yeah.
You're going for like a front lit kind of like vibe right
Yeah,
now.
it's fun.
And it's I feel it. I feel like, so I remember, was it last time we did this? You sent top downs, I think. But just going from those top downs to this top down, like, your lighting has improved quite a bit. I'd say maybe still consider a bit more diffusion, just because those harsh shadows are exactly that, pretty harsh. It's a look.
Yeah.
It's a look, but I think for top down, I just prefer more diffused. It's more of a personal thing, though. But I love the pop of green, and I also like the blue background. It's very nice.
If you're gonna go harsh shadow,
Yeah.
consider doing what we've talked about this. Oh no, we might have only talked about this in the Let's Fix It, which means everybody that's not in Let's Fix It needs to cover their ears. But consider taking your device that you're taking a photo of and lifting it, so that if you're getting a harsh shadow, it's like doing a fun thing to the
It's
eye.
like a slight,
Right.
yeah.
Like, actually, you can kind of see that right here. That it's like, look at that harsh, the way the
Yeah.
shadow is. It's like floating.
Just adding a little bit of depth is really necessary. That way, like,
Yeah.
I mean, think about it this way. If the phones were levitated just a little bit, the whole entire table wouldn't be specifically in focus. The only thing that would truly be specifically in focus would be the phones, the devices, and then everything else would be just slightly out.
Yeah.
Just adding a bit more heightened focus on the devices themselves.
But I like what I'm seeing here.
Dude, I love this.
And I like this kind of like, to me it feels like a chill, just like kind of relaxed environment. Like,
Yeah.
you're taking photos with like, I sometimes push for that when we're setting up A-roll.
Yeah.
We don't always get it, but it's fine. Like, setting up just like keeping some of the industrial elements in frame.
Yeah.
Like, that's great. It's cool to have a stand in frame.
Also, you're paying attention to a kicker, which is good moves. Good moves. It adds that little bit of highlight to the back.
Yeah.
A little bit of separation from the background. And keep going with that, because I think that's really what separates the good from the great.
And Greg, I think you also had video that you were going to send, so we'll see that in a few weeks.
Yeah.
I hope. Yeah, these are really good.
Very
I know that
heightened.
you had actually we spent. I originally told you that we might not be able to get to everything. You had sent us 2 emails. One was the unedited as well.
Oh.
So we will take a look.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That's phenomenal.
yeah. These are looking really good.
Dude, I love that you pulled that blue.
Yeah, that's
I
fantastic.
love that you pulled that blue.
I really like. I would almost want more of this as framing device.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is.
I don't know what it is, but I want more of it. I either want none of it or I want a lot more of it.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense. I see. It looks like it's LED. Oh, it's a light source. It must. That's
Oh, is
one
it?
of the. Well, I mean, I know the big light source is from here.
Yeah.
But- So okay. So here's that.
Oh, excuse me.
We'll do this one first. So this was original.
You
Wow.
brought it back down to earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love the warmth that you gave this photo.
Mm-hmm. Even the
Um,
blue is warm.
Yeah, slightly.
So let's do.
But
This
you're
is-
adding emphasis for sure.
I'll just do it. like
Okay,
this.
so you
No, never mind.
that one to that one.
So
You basically-
that's original, or that was.
so contrast. You boosted a lot,
Yeah.
which I like that.
Yeah.
Be careful with skin tones.
Right. I was thinking that as well. Yeah.
Be careful with skin tones. Your hand is like a little too saturated, in my opinion.
It can kind of be a flag. It can kind of, because again, it's sort of like I was saying in the that Tech Kids video. Yeah, I'm so sorry. You're so new that I'm having a hard time remembering everybody's name as we juggle 10 people at once. But
It's okay. More of a plug for his channel.
yeah, go check out that Tech Kid. But that natural thing. I mean, that's I was saying that to him, that it's the same. I see it as the same thing, that we're always trying to avoid. You talk about this in terms of movies, right? You always want to bring the audience member on the journey with you and make them forget that they're sitting on their couch or in a theater, and instead make them feel like they're on the journey. And I think that's true even in a small moment like a photo, where if our eyes are made, evolutionarily, our eyes are made to check out what looks a little fucky. That doesn't look real. Now I'm scared because anything could kill you back in the day, right? And even in terms of skin tone, where when things look a little less than real, that's like our eyes go to that. So definitely keep in mind skin changes, especially because I know what it started at.
I'd say pull them a little bit more magenta too, possibly. But yeah, no, I'm. Oh, you also got rid of the light. Very nice, very nice.
Which light? Oh, nice. Just cropped in.
Yeah.
No, it's really good.
You're really improving every single time.
Yeah. Okay, so we gotta end this. We gotta stop this, and we've gone for forever.
What time is it?
We've gone an hour and 15, which is great.
Jesus.
We'll jump over to the Discord chat, Discord text chats. You guys can all just have a blast talking to each other and praising each other on what you liked, what you could improve, things like that. I want to say again that if you're not in the Discord, jump over to that Discord. It's like really the heart of the community. At this point, there's got to be at least 140 something people.
I was actually just about to check.
Amazing. So, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you everybody for being in the chat, those chats. Thank you everybody for submitting work. Thank you to our mods for keeping those chats and even this space, running smoothly. That's like, we're two people. We're just two people in like one small corner of the universe, and we have had ideas to do these things. I see community building. I've always used this metaphor that like community building is building a person. The person who creates the idea of community building brings the skeleton. But the members, they bring the muscles and the organs and the skin and the hair, and like you build the actual person. Without that, we're just a bunch of bones. Like Brandon and I are just a bunch of bones. And so again, always, I just really appreciate all of you. And I also want to say that we will be in touch before September when Patreon is back and all that. And once Patreon is back, we'll also have a video for you talking about Patreon as if we're starting from scratch, because it's our year anniversary on Patreon. Crazy. And also we never really did that. We never really did this is the after show, so we're gonna do a video like that. But because August has 5 Saturdays in it, and this is we normally do the first and the third Saturday of each month for the Let's Talks. We're going to do that 5th Saturday, which is August 29th. We're going to do it same time, same place, noon, 12 noon EST. But we aren't going to do one of these. We're going to do something else. We've been considering we're going to do a Q&A. I figured that would be really fun. So, Brandon's...
So put your thoughts together in terms of things you want to ask us.
Yeah, go ahead and send us... I would just @us on Discord. Or comment...
Actually, can we create a designated channel for just that specific video that's temporary? That way we have only questions in that.
I'll just make that's a great idea. I'll make a questions tab. And so I would prefer, because I want everybody on the Discord, I'd prefer if you jump over there to ask your questions. But even if you're watching this video in post and you want to just throw a question up here, that's fine too. But just to kind of give thoughts on why we want to do that, other than just it's fun to answer questions. The after show space has always for us been it's about the behind the scenes of everything. It's about the behind the scenes of who Brandon is as an artist, who I am as an artist, our community, things like that. And we really haven't done any of that. You've had Q&As on your channel, which you haven't even done one of those in a long time. But usually the cues you take to A, they are very tech based because that's what your channel is. They're very
Yeah.
specific. They have a specific. They play a specific role in terms of your community building in that space. And this is so different, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, that's
so-
only 10% of what this is.
Right, exactly. So what I would say is my question, and I'll ask this again, like I'll make a news post for questions. But what I'd ask is, like, if you have a question for one of us,
Yeah.
for both of us, just say, like, Brandon and Jacob, or if it's for one of us, just say Jacob or just say Brandon. And I think what we'll do is we will take those questions and we'll just ask each other. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just have all your questions,
Yeah.
you'll have all my questions. And then if we get a bunch of people who didn't get to ask questions and we answer all the questions, you know, in an hour or something on the 29th, we'll just take any extra live questions too,
Yeah.
if you have any follow-ups or anything. But yeah, so that's it.
Get some coffee. I'll do the same.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired.
Yeah. We'll see. We will see the office hours patrons. They're not patrons right now, but we'll see the office hours crew, which will be patrons back again in September, over on the Discord. We're gonna do a little chat with them, and then
Yeah.
see where day takes us.
Exactly.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy the rest of your Saturday.
Yep.
Bye, friends.
Bye.